Hey, good afternoon. How's everybody doing this afternoon? Welcome to the live. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Instagram and we are live on Facebook. Good afternoon, everybody. I did not announce this live, so we're going to just get into it. And whether you're watching live or on a replay, I just want to welcome you to the live. I got about 30 minutes before I have another appointment, and I wanted to come talk to y'all about something that is at the forefront of my mind right now. Um, First of all, if you are not following me on YouTube, this is a perfect time for you to go out there and like, subscribe, and put on your notifications because it's about to go down on YouTube. Let me go start this live on Instagram. Okay, I know Instagram wants you to do an extra step. Okay, we are now live on Instagram. So welcome Instagram, welcome YouTube, welcome Facebook. I'm super excited to be here. I'm out of town and I had to come out to a location because where I wasn't getting good, a lot of good, what do you call that? My Wi-Fi was a little funky. So it is a beautiful Tuesday morning. It's a little damp outside, but you know what? We need all different kinds of rain, all different kinds of weather to make the world go round. Okay, so we invite the rain, we invite the damp weather. The farmers got to eat too. You know what I'm saying? So I want to go live on TikTok. So if y'all just give me a second, because we're gonna hit all these social media sites, and I'm gonna reach out and share this live as well. Um, Let me just start this live on TikTok. Hold on 1 second. Okay, we're gonna go live. All right, let's turn this camera around. All right. Let's get right into this conversation. I don't know where you're coming in from as you join. Please let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. I am so excited that we are live on so many platforms at one time. I'm going to turn this camera around for um, flip the camera. Okay, there we go. All right, now they can see me on TikTok. What's up? What's up? What's up? I am out here in this virtual space doing the doggone thing. So, TikTok, you might see me looking this way because I'm actually live on YouTube. I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on uh, Facebook. If you are not following me, follow me on all of my social media platforms. On every platform, I am Dory on purpose. I do things with intention. I am very transparent. I tell you more of my business than you probably should know. But my mother taught me something a long time ago. She said to me, Dory, she said, not everything, but for the most part, put your business out in the street because what you do is you disarm people with your transparency because people like to talk about things that they think are secret, right? But when you put your business out in the street, when you make it your business to tell your business, when they go tell it, they got no juice. Their business has no juice. So I am Dory on purpose. I do everything with intention. I do everything with purpose, and I do everything with a level of transparency. How you doing, Glenn? We're not bringing no guests in on this live on TikTok, but I'm excited that you're here. Anybody who's looking at us behind the scene, Glenn, we are not. I'm going to block you in a minute. So anyway, let's talk about why we're here today. I'm here today because I tried to do this live last night, but I want to do it now. One thing that I know to be true is people move for two reasons. One of two reasons. They either move from inspiration or desperation. Let me make sure I'm spelling it right. Okay. People move for inspiration or desperation. You either are inspired to do something because you have a feeling that it's going to be good for you, or you put yourself in a position, hey Rahima, how you doing? Or you put yourself in a position where you have no other choice but to do it, okay? So I want to talk about that. I want you to park that right there. But I also want to talk about two other things. I want to talk about timing and positioning. Sometimes things seem a little cliche, and I'm typing as I'm going. So if I spell anything wrong, charge it to my head, not to my heart. Okay. So I want to talk about inspiration and desperation, and I want to talk about timing and positioning. See, let's talk about inspiration and desperation first. People move for one or two reasons, y'all. They move, like I said, because they're inspired, because they have a feeling that something's going to end a certain way or be a certain way or impact certain people, or they move because they put themselves in a situation where they have no other choice. It is much more exciting and much. First of all, they carry two different energies, Rahima. You know that they carry two different energies. When you're moving from inspiration, you have a positive, enlightened energy. People like to be around you. They know that you're going somewhere and you know what you're going. And guess what? Let me tell you all this. Sometimes people be moving from inspiration and they really don't even know where they're going. But if you appear to know where you go, hey Jersey Flags, if you appear to know where you're going, people will follow you. Do you know that? You could be running them straight to hell. But if you look like you know where you're going, do you know people will follow you because you look inspired? Now that's a good energy. That's the kind of energy that I like to follow. Why I got this thing in my ear and it's not connected to nothing. Okay, let's take it out. Um, Another way people move is through desperation. Okay, I've been in both situations, so I can talk about both of them with very much clarity. You move because you got to shut off notice and your bills are due, or you move because they told you got to move out of your house. So whatever the situation may be, it's not a good situation. You're doing something because you procrastinated, and the things that you should have got done, you shouldn't have got done. So now you want to be vigilant. Now you want to move with purpose. Now you want to move with intention, but you still are moving with a level of desperation, and the energy that comes from it is just the energy. You can't do nothing about that. The energy, you don't do nothing. You can't do nothing about the energy that brings with it. So that's the first thing. I want y'all to park that right there because we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But then we're going to talk about timing and positioning. Sometimes when you understand timing and positioning, that will determine whether you move from inspiration or desperation. Y'all, I'm going somewhere. Y'all can go with me or y'all can stay home. Timing and positioning is to business what location is to real estate. Let me see something. Okay, I just had a little sandwich at Starbucks. I was just checking to make sure I was cool. Timing and positioning is to business as location is to real estate. You can have a piece of property and sit it in one neighborhood and it will be worth a certain amount of money. And you can take that same piece of property and sit it in another neighborhood and it will lose value because of the location. You can have a house. I know I live here in Philadelphia. I'm not in Philadelphia right now, but I live in Philadelphia. I'm from Philadelphia. And if anybody's familiar with Philly, in South Philly, North Philly, is happening all over the Philadelphia area. There's something going on called gentrification. What's up, Keisha? Gentrification. And what they have done is they have built up areas within poverty-stricken areas. They're starting to put stuff like Starbucks and this and that, and especially close to the universities, they're putting new houses and all this kind of stuff. And what they're doing is changing the value of the area, and therefore the price of the houses are going up because of the location. The house didn't change, the location just became different. So they're increasing the value. So timing and positioning is to business like location is to real estate. And all my realtors, if you come on here later, I need you to give me an amen, Dory. You on top of that thing right there. Okay, so back, I'm gonna take my time today. I got to about 12:45, and I'm gonna take my time. If you can spend some time with me, fine. If you can't, then come back and watch it later. We talked about inspiration or desperation. Right now, I want you to ask yourself a question. Again, if you're not following me on YouTube or any of my social media platforms, my YouTube is running across the bottom of the screen now. I need you to go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's about to go down out there. You do not want to miss the content that's about to be out there. And second of all, I know what my hair look like. I've been working out. My daughter is going to do my hair, so we're going to just address that and leave that to the side. Okay. So where was I going with this? So let's talk about where are you right now? I want you to think about what you're doing right now and whether you're still feeling inspired by what you're doing, whatever it is, that thing that you do to make you do what you do. Are you inspired? Are you sticking by something because you just it's familiar? Or are you moving in a space where you're desperate because you need some things to happen? Well, I want to share my own personal journey with you right now because I'm moving in a space of inspiration and it feels amazing. It feels absolutely amazing. I am in a Starbucks in Baltimore, Maryland. That's where I am, Keisha, like you didn't know. Stop asking me questions like that. Where are you right now? I'm in a Starbucks in Baltimore. Can y'all tell me how I'm coming through? Am I clear? Am I clear? Am I clear? What's up, TikTok? I didn't forget about you over here. I know y'all over here. I got so much going on over here. You know what? How about if I put y'all up here like this? Nope, I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay, I'll put you back. I'm gonna put you back. I'm gonna put you back. Let me go back. How do I go back? Hold on, y'all. Okay, there we go. So let me share my journey with you right now. Okay. Um, about, and I got to give you some backstory. Okay, let me go say hi to Instagram real quick. I know they think I'm ignoring them. Hello, cousin Georgette. Hello, amazing digital life, cousin Georgette. I'm going to reach out to you. Do not be upset with me. I promise you, I got you. So listen, um, let me show you. Let me share this little short journey with you. Everybody knows my father, and if you heard the story before, I'm sorry. It's my story. My story is my story. I was a girl who was destined to do well in corporate America. I had the whole thing packed out. I had it tracked out. I graduated from a great college. I graduated from Howard University. I did everything. I was big and bad enough to do down there. I came home. I was living a good life. I mean, I lived a good life. I came from some amazing parents. They made sure they laid a strong foundation for me. I came home. My intention was to go to work in corporate America. I actually had a job coming out of corporate America. I had a job with Kraft Foods. I never tell this part of the story hardly. I had a job with Kraft Foods. I was going to go take a job in Tri-City, Tennessee. The mistake they made with this Philly girl is they put me on a plane to visit the company to Roanoke, Virginia, because there were no planes that went into Tri-City, Tennessee. And then they put me on this hopper plane into Tennessee. And I knew when I jumped on that hopper plane that I wasn't going. I just didn't have to figure out how I was going to tell my dad. Long story short, I walked away from that offer. At that time, it was 1986. Now, follow me, 87. It was a $40,000 offer per year. Back then, that was big, 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 big money. I walked away from it, and my father damn near lost his mind. He's like, I can't believe you're not going. My mother said, you do what you want. Long story short, I floundered around for a little while after I turned that offer down. And ultimately, I found my space in nonprofit where I was helping young people find jobs and helping them find themselves internships that would ultimately lead to full-time positions. I loved it there. But I started having babies, and I wanted to buy a house, and I needed more money. So I left nonprofit, and I went back into corporate America, and I spent 15 years as a pharmaceutical sales rep. So y'all should be scared to hear that, because I was the person who went into your doctor's office and told your doctor what medicines to prescribe. And neither do I, Keisha. I do not miss corporate America. But as a pharmaceutical sales rep, I did amazing. I'm telling you right now on Instagram, I did amazing as a pharmaceutical sales rep. YouTube, I did my thing. I was the top rep in my area in Philadelphia in a very tough territory. I won trips, I won prizes. Now, I was in pharmaceutical when we could give the doctors anything they wanted. Like, I had budgets that were like this. That was before HIPAA and all that. But one day, something showed up at my door that I was not expecting, and it was called depression. And I was suffering very bad with a single mom with two young daughters, and I was depressed. When I tell you, I didn't know depression was coming, and I couldn't wait for her to leave. And we always call it a she, because ain't no way a man could jack your life up the way this girl did. Like, she would come into my life, and she would come, and then she would go, and she would come, and she would go. I'll be up and down. Keisha was around during those days. I would disappear for months and months and months, and then I would show back up when I got myself together. But the depression really put a toll on my career. It put a toll on my life. It put a toll on raising my children. It took a lot from me. But I didn't know, what the devil meant for bad. God always can use whatever you allow him to use. And he actually used that depression. This was my beginning of my on purpose transparency. I decided I'm not going to hide. I'm going to share it with the world. Okay. Let's fast forward the story. During one of those up periods, I got a call to come to a meeting and look at this company called Amway. Now, at the time, my youngest daughter, who will be 30 in September, was 2 years old. So we're talking about 28 years ago. And I stepped into a room 28 years ago, and I was flabbergasted, because somebody typed flabbergasted, if you could spell it. Somebody typed, I was shocked beyond measure that nobody had taught me at Howard University. Nobody had taught me in the pharmaceutical industry. Nobody in the hood knew about it to teach me. My parents were high school educated. They didn't know it. But nobody had told me up to that point that wealthy people did not trade hours for dollars. They never told me that wealthy people found a way to do something one time, and they did that one time thing over and over and over again. They didn't tell me that wealthy people also knew how to leverage the efforts of other people. So in that room that night, I learned about passive and residual income, and I fell lock, stock, and barrel. Here I was working as a pharmaceutical sales rep, surviving depression one week, not surviving it the next week, and all I knew was that I had to get my hands on some of that kind of money. It had me at hello. It had me at the throat. I knew I needed some passive and residual income, and I wasn't going to stop until I got some. So I joined Amway, and I had a good time. I didn't make a lot of money at Amway, but I had a great time, and I learned so much about how wealthy people move. I knew that I was stuck for life. I didn't know what it meant altogether, but I knew that this was my space, okay, in network marketing. I left Amway. I went with a company called ACN. That's where I linked up with a team called the Mad Team, met my mentor, made the most money that I ever made. We went to three companies. We went to ACN together. We moved as a team. Then we moved to another little company that we don't count. And then we went to Tahitian Noni, where I stayed for 9 years, and I made a heck of a lot of money. I made multiple six figures at Tahitian Noni, and I was doing it on a part-time, spare time basis as a single mom, raising my kids, doing everything that I was big and bad enough to do. The depression came and went, but I still was in love with this industry. Fast forward, the time there ran its course, and I decided I was ready to do something different, and I came over to TLC. This is my story, and I could tell it however I want. I came to TLC, and baby, that was the first time I flew with my own wings. I left my mentor behind, and I said, it's time for me to spread my wings and see if I could do this on my own. And I built a massive team. Can somebody say massive? I built a massive team. When I say fun, TLC was so much fun. And one thing that made it fun was at some point, I wasn't in agreement with the leadership of the team on the way things would go. And there was this little feisty woman out of Miami named Dr. Stormy Walton. At the time, she was just Coach Stormy. And she had invented this program because she was bored called 3033. And it was the most genius, me having a degree in marketing, it was the most genius thing I had ever seen in the marketing realm. And I said, oh, I'm doing that. Oh, I'm following her because this lady know what she's doing. And I lost weight and I made money and I had fun. And I mean, TLC was the bomb for me. Again, that ran its course. Okay. Got to the point where I just wasn't having fun anymore. And if you know anything about me, that, there's certain things, I guess they call me, I forget what that's called, but I like to have fun. I like to have fun. I like to help people. What's that called again, Keisha? I forget what that's called. In that I think it's Myers-Briggs thing, but I'm the type of person, I like to have fun and I like to make money. I'm not make money. I wasn't worried about money until the money started getting funny. But I like to have fun, I like to help people. They actually cost me money, okay? So here it is. It's 4 types of people. There's a dolphin, there's a shark, there's a whale, and there's an urchin. Dolphins, I'm a dolphin whale. So I'm not a shark. I never ran for the money, but I'm finding my teeth right now. I'm not a urchin because I could give a damn about the information. If it feels good to me, I'm running with it. But I am a dolphin whale. I like to have fun, and I like to help people. And this costs me money. But if I'm not having fun anymore, I find it hard to be inspired. We talked about it in the beginning. People moving from inspiration and desperation. I find it hard to be inspired if I'm not making money. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm getting mixed up. If I'm not helping people, if I'm not having fun, I get bored easily. And it affected my bag. I'm going to tell you that right now. So let's talk about it a little bit more. So I left TLC, and for a minute, I did nothing. In the meantime, my father got very sick, and I decided I'm going to take care of my dad. I'm going to take my time and take care of my dad. I moved in with my father. My father was suffering with Alzheimer's, and that became my full-time job. And that was happening right around the time of the pandemic. I was taking care of my dad. I moved in, I was fine. I didn't need a lot of money because dad had everything on lock. I was good. And then I got a knock again at the door. I said, have you heard of this company called Tava? I said, no, I haven't. And they mentioned the founder. And I was like, you know what? I think I might want to get back in the game. And I jumped back in with Tava, and baby, we ran it up again. We had a good time. I had an opportunity to work with the number 3 network marketer in the world, and she ran it up to $1 million. And I was holding her arms up with a lot of other people, and we had fun. And then that ran its course. Just like when you're in corporate America, you do a job a certain amount of time, then all of a sudden you say, I don't want to be there no more, or something happens, or they downsize, whatever. We just business. It's just business. It wasn't personal. It was just business. But now I'm still taking care of my father. Okay, I'm fast forward the story. My father passes away December 21st, 2023. My father passes away. And now Dory needs to find out how I'm going to get back to some money because, now we got responsibilities. You know what I mean? And I had just turned 60 years old, and I said, okay, you got responsibilities, girl. You got to do something. So I said, you know what? I'm sick of network marketing. I don't want to do that no more. I'm tired. I don't want to do it no more. I don't want to be I don't want to build another team. I don't want to do none of that no more. If you watch this on the replay, how y'all doing YouTube? How you doing Instagram? How you doing TikTok? How y'all doing out there? I said, I don't want to do this anymore. So I found this space called digital marketing. and I started selling digital products. And baby, I fell in love. As a matter of fact, I joined with this group called the Digital Growth Community. Let me put this back right here. Called the Digital Growth Community, and I started selling this $900 product where I taught people how to jump into the digital marketing game. And baby, I made a nice little amount of money, and I learned how to do a lot of things on the internet. I learned how to buy back some of my time. And what I did learn in this digital space is that we all are digital marketers, network marketers included. We all, if you move a product or a service online, you're a digital marketer, period, point blank. And I was calm and cool in that position. I'm fine. I'm going to do this. I'm going to learn this and I'm going to do it. So fast forward, dad dies, digital marketing, and then I'm going to come to the present now because I want to tell y'all where I'm at and what I'm doing. How you doing, TikTok? Y'all all right over there? So here's the deal. I decided because I was getting a little fluffy. You know, I don't like being this fluffy. I can be fluffy, but I was too fluffy. And me and my girl, Nikki Robinson, decided we're going to start walking. So, you know, I do believe that everything happens for a reason. There's no mistakes. There's no coincidences. I believe every step of mine is ordained by God. I don't know exactly how he's going to do it all the time, but every step is ordained. And my girl Nikki right here, that's my girl Nikki. She came up to me and she said, as we walk, and she said, I heard Coach Stormy's about to make a move. For those who don't know, this is Coach Dr. Stormy Wellington. She said Dr. Wellington is about to make a move, and I think she's about to leave TLC. Now, this is major, y'all. If y'all know Dr. Wellington, she was the number one earner over at that company, and everybody on the internet, I don't care whether you admit it or not, everybody wanted to hear the announcement that Coach Stormy was going to make, including myself, the girl who said she'd never go back to network marketing. So finally, Coach Stormy made her announcement. She said, we're going to a company by the name of Pharmacy. And the name of our team is 1,000 Families Rich. And I am going to, this is what she said, and I've never heard her say anything that she didn't do. She said, I am going to create 60 new millionaires in 2026. This is what she said. And she said, I am also going to start a movement that's going to be documented. And I knew it to be true because I watched her in her career in 17 years help 139 people become documented millionaires. She herself made multiple millions. Oh, I don't want to quote her number. I think it's something like 51 or 59 million. Don't hold me to it because I don't have the number in front of me. So Nikki comes to me, my girl Nikki, and she says, I'm jumping in. I said, Nikki, do whatever you want. I don't care. I'm not doing network marketing. See, here's the problem that we have. We tell people we're going to do something and we're not going to do something. And you're backing in the Uber. Okay? We tell people we're going to do something. Just because we said something out of our mouth, we feel like we can't change our mind. You better stop playing them games and letting people hold you hostage to a decision. If you want to change your mind, you can change your mind in a day, a minute, a second, an hour. If you see something that is more productive for you in that season. See, I had just started the Purpose Academy, and it's still going to be there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gift over on TikTok. That was cute. I had just started the Purpose Academy on school. It's still there. But guess what I did? I put it on hold because I knew I needed to focus. Because after some thought, I actually told Nikki, I said, Nikki, I'm not doing it. I'm not. I ain't got time for lotions, potions, powders, pills, jump up juice. I'm not doing that. I'm definitely not building no team. Nikki said to me, well, will you help me? That's my girl. You know, we go back to TLC. I said, damn right, I'm going to help you, Nikki, whatever you need. And I was driving home that day as the God is my witness. And I heard a voice say, so you going to help Nikki make $1 million? Because you know she made $700,000 in TLC. And what I see about the retail in this company, she's going to turn it up. So you go ahead and help Nikki. And what you going to do, borrow money from Nikki? I heard it in my own head. I wound up calling Nikki back and said, Nikki, count me in. I'm in. And I'm jumping in with both feet. But the only problem was my daughters had already said, I seen you watching Coach Stormy. I know you about to jump back in. I said, mind your business. I ain't doing nothing because I had told, I'll tell Keisha, stay on task now. I told my girls, I ain't doing that. Still shucking and jiving. And then I realized that ain't going to get me nowhere. You're going to be about it. You got to be about it, especially the mission that Coach Stormy said that she was about to be on. I knew I didn't want to miss that timing. And we talked about this earlier. Let's go back to that. I knew that timing and position. If I sat back and tried to act like I wanted to do this in the back door, I knew my ass was going to get back door. And I ain't trying to get backdoor. And I knew that if this was the stage of the game, that people are going to be moved from inspiration. So Nikki said, this is what I want to do. I want to hook up with this powerhouse, Coach Sheila. And baby, I've just gotten to know Coach Sheila. And let me tell you something. She is a powerhouse. So Nikki is sponsored by Coach Sheila. And Coach Sheila is sponsored by Coach Stormy. And Dory is sponsored by Nikki. And we're about to run this thing up. Now, I want to take a minute. I want to show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. I want y'all, and you're watching on the replay, if you're watching on YouTube, Instagram, whatever, you come later, TikTok, I'm going to turn it around for you, TikTok. I want to show you a quick video. And this video is so impactful. I think it can say it better than I can. The reason why I finally said yes, I saw this video and I saw another. And I said, you know what? I ain't missing this run. So let me show this quick video. Let me start the video real quick.
So, why pharmacy in 6 bullet points? Number 1 is the product, the variety, the elegancy, the quality, the affordability, the range of products. That all makes the number 1, the products. Number 2 is the opportunity, the compensation plan. The best comp plan in the industry. You don't know about it, but you're going to see it very soon.
Yes.
And a well-maintained one, a sustainable one. Not a one that, gets changed or needs to, be updated. We just modernize it with today's world, but we have the spine and the engine strong and always there since we started. Number 3, service. Top level of service. Top level of shipping. 24 hours, we aim to pack everything and ship it out. We aim to answer your calls and your messages within a very, very fast time. And to have a great stock ratio. We don't have stock out problems like many other businesses or companies because we build the stock ourselves. We produce the stock. And we produce those stocks packagings too. And we produce those labelings as well. We produce everything in-house in our factory. Number 4, it's about trust. You can trust this company because it's a family business. It's been around for 74 years. 74 years. Because we are financially very strong. And you can see this from our investments, from Pharmacity, from our local offices, our local things. She's been into our multiple different local offices and distribution centers. You can trust because we are very transparent. Everything's open. You can meet the owners. You can come and visit the factory itself inside. You can go visit the offices. Everything is there. There's nothing to be hide. You trust Pharmacy because it's a family owned and a family managed. You can trust Pharmacy because it has people in the company and top leaders still here since the day they joined. 15 years, 10 years, 5 years, 8 years, 12 years. They're all still here. You can trust Pharmacy because Pharmacy has succeeded in every single market it opened.
Yeah.
We don't depend on one market.
Wow.
We don't only depend on China. We don't only depend on the US. We're everywhere. Our biggest market doesn't even bring quarter of our sales or global sales. So everything is distributed in different markets, different geographies.
That is huge.
So it's safe. It's really safe.
That's good.
And 5, it's very innovative. This company is very innovative. We're very modern. I'm 29. My brother is 31. We're the youngest management team of any other direct sales company in the world.
Can I clap for that? Can you clap for that? I would clap for that. This is our team in Turkey.
And we have our own technology company called Pharmacy X. We have our developers, we have our software engineers. In the last 15 years, we've detected every single area that can be a potential threat in a long-term network marketing business or a direct sales business. And we have in-housed all of them. Not to go and chase third parties to help us or screw us.
Right.
Like our software, like our IT, like our packagings and factory and manufacturing. Everything is in-house. And number 6, we're global. Over 35 markets, 4 continents. You can build your business globally. Strong presence in every country. It's a global business and it's a global company now. Not on paper, but in real life. It's a real global business here. So these are the 6 reasons of why pharmacy. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Okay. So if you're watching on the replay, or if you're watching over here on TikTok, if you're on this thing live, he just showed you 6 reasons why we chose in our inspired state to go to the pharmacy. And I just want to just show you a few things. This is pharmacy, guys. This is pharmacy. We have a makeup, a skincare, and a nutrition line. And I want you all to understand that this is not just about women. You know, don't get it twisted that men, if you're watching this, that this is not a place where you can make some money. Don't get it twisted. You can make money here just as well as the women can. And because we have products for you, and plus you probably got a woman. Let's keep it a bean, okay? We just went over the 6 reasons he did that. We're not going to spend no time there. I do want to pay homage to Legacy. This is the founder, Dr. C. Tuna. Many of the products are named after him, and many of the products are inspired by him. He is the person who was the visionary behind pharmacy, and prior to that, he was in pharmaceuticals. So he has a lot of history in the pharmaceuticals. This is the gentleman who you just heard from, a 29-year-old CEO and 31-year-old president. Come on, over 70 years of innovation, 7 million influencers already worldwide. The number 1 direct seller in Turkey and number 28 globally. Look, you can't beat that. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Instagram. What's up, y'all? Share this live, by the way, if you're out there. So let me just quickly, because I have a training at 1 o'clock. I want you to pay particular attention to 3 things. This company is, I call them the rookie and the vet. So this company was started as a distribution company by Dr. Tuna back in 1923. Pay attention to this. In 2004, he created the pharmacy brand. Okay, so we've been around for quite a long time. That's over 21. How many years is that? 21 years. Okay. In 2015, we started the nutrition line. But this, I want you to look at this. This is so deep. Dr. Tuna passed away, God rest his soul, in 2017. Let me make sure. Yep, 2017. And his legacy continued his vision and became a network marketing company in 2018. That's huge. You need to pay attention to a company that is innovative and they're the vet at the same time. Like they're the rookie and the vet. Where do they do that? And then since then, it's been nothing but up since then. Every area, every market that they enter, they win. Okay, so we are global. We are our pharmacy. We stand on our own feet. I'm not going to go into this today because I'm going to invite you to come as a guest to our 8 o'clock presentation tonight. But we can stand on our own feet. You heard the CEO and the president say we make our own water, we make our own products, we do everything on our own facilities. We have a facility that's 15 football fields long. We do our own scientific development and research. We have 10 manufacturing units. We make everything from the rooter to the tutor. We do it. Okay. This is what our headquarters looks like in Turkey. Okay. Let me tell you something. These 3 lines of products that I'm getting comfortable with right now, I've tried the skincare line. I have products from the nutrition line. I have products from the makeup line. And every day I'm ordering new products because I want to try the whole line. But everybody who's had an opportunity to do that, they're saying, hey, this is the place to be. The products are off the hook. I am on the supplements now. I use my own skincare. I use my own supplements. I drink my own coffee. Matter of fact, I came to Starbucks, but I didn't get no coffee. I'm going to get some hot water because I'm going to pull a flim flam on them. Look at this. I want to show y'all this. I bought my own coffee in Starbucks. Look at this. I bought my own coffee. Why would I pay for Starbucks? I can go get a cup of hot water and I can get paid to drink my own coffee. Just dipped it in my bag this morning. Ain't nothing slow about me. Let me keep it going. This is we're global. I want to get to the comp-plan. This is Miami. We're going to be there next month. This is our headquarters in Miami. That's the North American headquarters. And I think it's really needs to be said that this is even where our mentor, our visionary Coach Stormy lives in Miami. So that's a big difference. People are looking for community right now. Community equals currency. Okay, when some people come just for the community, but here's a community where you can link up with like-minded people and you can get paid. I'm bringing this thing home because we've been here 34 minutes and I got 5 more minutes left in me. This opportunity is second to none. I'm going to switch gears a minute and change the banner, and I'm going to show. Let me just show this banner. If you're here and you see an opportunity for yourself, I want you to see my link is running across the bottom of the screen. It's pharmacias.com/Dory on Purpose, as if you didn't know. It's also in the link in my bio on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. It's in every link. It's in my link tree. You can find me. You need to come win with us today because this opportunity is second to none. We get paid 10 different ways. I'm going to focus on 3. From a commission standpoint, you can't beat it. We get a website with our catalog on over 500 products. Every time you sell a product, you get paid 50% commission. It's so simple. You sell $100 worth of products, you earn $50. Last week, I ran a campaign called the Red Love campaign, where I asked my sorors to buy 1 lipstick from me, and in one day, I made $110 because I made 50% on every sale, and they were just basically buying 1 lipstick. You can do whatever you want. There's so many ways to make money, and then if you're into building teams like I am, again, you can make money by building a team. You can make money every time the people who you inspire to get on board make money and move product. And we get paid based on a point value. So every product comes with a point value. So say, for instance, a product costs $29, you get 29 points. And for the network marketers out there who are looking and wondering and waiting, here's the first company I've ever aligned with when I get paid on my own products. So the goal is to get to 25% so that you can become a leader in the industry. I'm not going to go over that today. I'm going to ask you to come back at 8 o'clock tonight. If you see an interest, get in my inbox so you can get a personal invitation to our 8 o'clock call. I'm going to be reaching out to some of you anyway today. And then once you become a leader, there's over $943,000 in bonuses as you begin to move up the ladder, okay? So the experiences are unforgettable. We can talk more about that tonight. The question is, how do you get started? All you got to do is choose your pack. $200 worth of products will put you in business. $200 of products that you would typically go out and buy from CVS and ShopRite and whatever your local store is. Instead, you just change your buying habits and buy them from yourself, and now you're in business for yourself. You can go in and cherry pick your favorite products or pick one of their predetermined packages. But 200 points put you in a position where you instantly, let me show you this, start getting paid 3% back on all of your purchases. Okay, so get back to, if somebody invited you to this live, or if you came because you saw me here, give me a call and ask me how you can get involved with pharmacy. I'm going to turn this back around for TikTok. Flip this and let you all know that my name is Dory Ray. On all of my social media sites, I am Dory on Purpose. I am intentional about being inspired in this season to move with some winners, people who I know are going to win. They're already winning. We did $800,000 in sales as a team, and we haven't even been here 19 days yet. I think we're on our 19th day. Can you imagine what the numbers are going to look like 6 months from now? Can you imagine what the numbers are going to look like a year from now? Can you imagine what the numbers are going to look like, because this company's going nowhere 2 years from now? But the only people that are going to benefit are the people who get positioned now. See, looking don't get you paid. I ain't stuck. Wondering don't get you paid. Wondering what other people are going to think about you. Wondering what the industry going to say. Who cares? We're about to run this thing through the roof. Coach Stormy set an intention, and I've never seen her not get to what she says she's going to get. Coach Stormy says she will create 60 documented millionaires. If she hadn't done it before, I may question her, but she's already created over 159. I think the number is, it might be 139. Don't quote me. Coach Sheila, right now, my coach, me and Nikki's coach, is the highest paid person on the team right now. This young lady just recruited her first 100 people. She's very transparent and saying she's never done that before, because the momentum is high and people are looking for something to do. And all you got to do is position yourself. and you can follow us on this train. I linked up with my girl Nikki Robinson, who in our last company was a $750,000 earner. That's $750,000. So with Nikki, Coach Sheila, Coach Stormy, your girl is about to have one of the biggest wins of her life. My question is, do you want to win with us? If so, get back to us. We're linked with the right people. We're linked at the right time. We're inspired, and we're looking for the people who want to run with us. So tonight, this is going to be my last slide. Tonight at 8 o'clock p.m., if you want an invitation to our opportunity call, just get into my inbox. We're going to be sharing this information. We are on fire. Tonight at 8 o'clock, you need to be in the building. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining my live. Click the links in my bio. Make sure you follow me on all my social media sites. I am Dory on Purpose on just about every site. I need to hear from you. If you're ready to be inspired and you're ready to link up with some people who are making some things happen, like I said before, timing in business is like location is in real estate. Timing and positioning is not about next month. It's about right now. Because the people who position themselves in August are going to be the people who win the biggest in September, because we're laying the foundation. We're laying the foundation. You want to be a part of the foundational move, because never again will something like this come around for you. I promise you. I say that with every beat of my heart and every inch of my chest. Never again will you find an opportunity where you can get in the ground floor with a person like Dr. Stormy Wellington and a person like Coach Sheila Monique and a person like Nikki Robinson, and God forbid a girl like Dory on Purpose, who is a girl from the hood who's destined to do good. So I thank you for joining me on my live today, and I will talk to y'all soon, hopefully sooner than later. And if you want an invitation to the 8 o'clock call tonight, get in my inbox on whichever platform you're in and let me know. Leave a message on YouTube. Get with me on any of my platforms, and I'll be more than happy to get you on that call tonight. So peace and love, y'all. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon.